This is me.
Just kidding. This is me.
My name is Amanda, and welcome to my podcast where I will be talking about pop culture, music,
Film, drama, and fan videos.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's get into this week's episode. Besides the fact that I like to celebrate my birthday month in February, however, there are a few other things I like to celebrate. One of those things would have to be Black History Month. So for this week's episode, it is going to be centered around Black History Month and one of my favorite inspirations in music. I decided to do an episode like this because I love learning about other people's backgrounds and histories, particularly in entertainment. So today we're celebrating a tribute to a trailblazer,
Missy Elliott, one time exclusive.
hip-hop queen Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott was born as Melissa Arnett Elliott, and her birthday is July 1st, 1971. She grew up as an only child with no siblings and lived with her parents. In 1991, she formed an all-female girl group called Sista with her friends. She recruited her neighborhood friend Timothy Mosley, who is best known as Timbaland in the music industry. Later, the group got signed to Electric Records and moved to New York. Also, in her beginning, she wrote and rapped on Raven-Symoné's debut single, That's What Little Girls Are Made Of. The one thing that's interesting about the beginning of Missy's career is that she started songwriting and producing hits for other people first, and then she made her debut album, Super Duper Fly, that was released on July 15th, 1997. Most female artists and rappers don't have that experience firsthand and are producers first. Some, if they are lucky, become producers after their fifth album or much later in their career. So when her debut album came out, she co-produced her album, which is special considering that most female artists don't get that creative control of doing it, especially on their first album. Her debut album, Super Duper Fly, was produced by Timbaland and spawned the hit singles The Rain, Sock It To Me, Hit 'Em With The He, and Beat Me 911. The album did well as it got praise from critics for the production style and Missy's performance. The album also did commercially well as it debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and now has sold over 1 million copies in the US. Rolling Stone ranked her debut album 53 on their 100 best debut albums of all time list. The album got nominated for 2 Grammys for Best Rap Album and Best Rap Solo Performance as well. She had the highest debut sales for a female rapper at the time it was released. The album was described as futuristic and ahead of its time. By the time of 1999, she released her second album, The Real World, the lead single being She's a Bitch. Around this release, she was worried that she would have a sophomore slump. However, it was a complete 360 for her. The album received critical acclaim from the critics and became her second top 10 album. By next year, the album was certified platinum. By May 2001, she got more commercially successful with hits like Get Your Freak On, 1 Minute Man, and For My People. So once again, third time's a charm. She got more rave reviews and compliments for her third album. The album, Miss E So Addictive, debuted at number 2, became her third top 10 album, and sold over 1 million copies. The album got ranked as one of the best albums of 2001. On November 12th, 2002, she released her fourth album, Under Construction. Under Construction was her biggest album and massive when it came out in the US. The album had the iconic hit songs Gossip Folks and Work It, which are regarded as some of her biggest and best work. The album got nominated for 2 Grammys for Best Rap Album and Album of the Year. It was certified double platinum and was included onto the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. Also, one thing I like is that she dedicated this album to her friend and R&B singer Aaliyah, who tragically died in a plane crash years ago. She was also a well-loved person, just like Missy. Work It also won Video of the Year at the VMAs, and Gossip Folks was one of the most played music videos on MTV and BET. She also made an appearance in the controversial Kiss and Performance I Had with Britney and Christina at the 2003 VMAs. Missy was also in Ciara's hit song One Two Step, as it was Ciara's signature hit song. During this time, she released her fifth album, This Is Not a Test, along with songs like Pass That Dutch and I'm Really Hot. After this album of hers sold over 500,000 copies, she was becoming more successful in hip-hop. By the time of the late 90s and early 2000s, she became the best-selling female rapper with the best-selling albums, surpassing Lauryn Hill, Lil' Kim, and Eve. And her last studio album, The Cookbook, was released in 2005. However, since then, she still has been very successful in music, and this album was certified gold with over 500,000 records sold. She got 5 Grammy nominations for this album and won Best Music Video for Lose Control, won Best Female Hip Hop Artist at the 2005 American Music Awards, and won for Best Dance Video at the VMAs. The cookbook also had huge hits like Lose Control and We Run This. Since then, she's been successful in producing other hits for other artists like Jasmine Sullivan, Monica, and Fantasia. She has also been in many featured collaborations with people like the Pussycat Dolls, Demi Lovato, and Little Mix. And also one of her biggest hit songs was Lady Marmalade with Christina Aguilera, Little Kim, Maya, and Pink. She's been mainly in a lot of featured songs for girl groups, even including Fifth Harmony. She's lucky that she's been successful in production because as someone who studied music production in school, it's definitely hard to break out into production and to be successful, especially as a female. And she did it effortlessly through her career. Also, she is one of the only female artists that's more hands-on and takes control to produce her own music. And as a female rapper, she has paved the way for future female rappers today. Currently, as of right now, she's the only female rapper to receive certain honors like being inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and winning the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. She was also a part of Katy Perry's Super Bowl performance in 2015, and the performance was so well received that her sales and streams got boosted up and became the most watched Super Bowl halftime show in history with 118 million viewers in the US. She has also received the Women's Entrepreneurship Day Music Pioneer Award at the United Nations in 2019 for her recognition for her achievements in music and being a leader, and referred to as the Queen of Rap, Queen of Hip Hop, and the First Lady of Hip Hop by several media outlets. Her songs include different themes like feminism, body positivity, and gender equality since the beginning of her career, and being one of the only artists to have her music centered around these topics among hip-hop and R&B music. Also, her and Timbaland have been noted to change and trailblaze the hip-hop scene since they worked together. She's also been the inspiration behind a lot of today's artists like Lizzo, Lil Wayne, Ciara, Tyler the Creator, Doja Cat, and many more. With a lot of rappers, female or male today, I feel that they need constant attention and some stupid drama to become relevant. However, Missy hasn't released a new studio album since 2005. It proves that she's timeless and doesn't need new music to do well. She's got a lot of personality and talent to back up her career because she's the queen bee. Lastly, before I go, what are your favorite songs of Missy's? Once again, thanks for listening and watching, and you'll hear me in the next episode.